News Talk 980. My name is Les Brown. Today we're talking about stress. Yeah, I had a call from a friend that I've known for over 30 years named Loris Ladoris. And I could not help. You know, we talk about dealing with stress. When you lose a loved one, that can be a very stressful time. If you just tuned in, her mother, Eula McClaney, came out to California and to start a new life with the daughter. She didn't want her daughters to be raised on a farm like she was. At 26, she came out here and started keeping children and selling slices of sweet potato pie. And make a long story short, became a multi-millionaire. And I had the pleasure of spending some time in her $5 million mansion that she lived in the area where Bob Hope lived and other celebrities. But at any rate, when one of her daughters died, the father came in for the funeral. The father who said he would not come. The father who sent divorce papers to Eula McClaney. At the funeral, standing near her after they had funeralized their daughter, he looked at her. She said, "Les, do you know what he said?" And I said, "No." She said, "My former husband asked me, do you think we can get back together again?" She said she cracked up. She said she laughed all the way out the cemetery. His poor behind, who didn't have two nickels to rub together. Say, do you think we can get back together? You know, some people got nerve. I mean, they got nerve. I mean, to tell you. I mean, I'm not making this up. This is real. This is real. Okay, all right, I'm sorry. My medication wear out. Hello, Diane. I'm so glad you called. Tell me what's stressing you out. Diane, are you there?
Oh, yeah. Hi. I'm sorry. I didn't realize it was me.
Oh, yes. It's you, Diane. Your father passed away. I'm sorry to hear that. And you went through a divorce, and how are you dealing with this? How do you cope with your stress?
Well, this happened about 10 years ago, and I just thought it was very appropriate for the topic because those two things happening simultaneously. And the marriage I was in was 20. I had been with him for 20 years, and I'd been with him since high school. He was the love of my life at the time, and so it was very devastating. Mm-hmm. And then with my father, who was only 60 when he passed away, and that was also kind of was very unexpected, actually. So
yes,
I was devastated, and I just, after going through a period of time of just kind of hibernating, I just realized I need to do something for me and just to get snap out of this. And I had always wanted to learn how to surf.
Yes.
So I took surf lessons and started surfing and got very passionate about it, and just basically through that met the friends that are now my best friends, an amazing group of loving, warm, wonderful people, and met another man who I just got married 2 years ago to, who is so much more suited to me, that someone I never would have imagined that that person could be there for me. You know, so it was a complete transformation of my entire life, all because I decided to do this one thing, which was surfing.
So you said, and this is key, you decided, rather than be stressed out, you said, I've got to do something for me. And you started surfing, and from that time to this time, you've developed a whole new relationship of friends, and from that time to this time, you have the love of your life, because rather than feeling sorry for yourself and allowing stress to destroy you, you are operating out of the thinking. This is the quote here that says, it's not stress that kills us, it's how we react to stress. That's what kills us. And your reaction was, I've got to do something for me.
Yeah, and people were saying that to me, like, you got to take care of yourself, because I've been taking care of, I was the breadwinner in my relationship, and I was married to someone who was wonderful in his own way, but he had a lot of problems. He was a musician, and he had drug problems and other issues that he was dealing with, and then I was trying to help him, and then so everyone's, you got to do something to take care of yourself, and I didn't know really what that meant. I thought, that's selfish. That's being selfish. That's being self-centered. But in the end, I realized, no, it really isn't, because if you're not helping yourself, or you're not healthy and happy inside, you're no good to anybody else.
You're absolutely right. Yes. Well, good for you, Dinah. Good for you that you made that decision, and you've created a new chapter in your life.
Exactly. So I hope other people will be inspired by that, because you can turn your life around when you think you're just at the lowest point or very low. It can turn around. You just have to try new things, or try something that you've always wanted to do and just were afraid, or, you know.
Yes.
So.
Well, listen, I want to thank you so much for calling in and sharing your story, and here's to you for making things happen in your life, and now you're living your dreams and somebody to share that dream with.
Yes, thank you so much. And actually, I have to say that if I'm ever stressed, I'm just going to listen to your show, because your laugh makes me, all my stress goes away just hearing you laugh.
Oh, well, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Okay, well, thank you. All right, take care now. Wow. If you're going through some stress now, gentleman called in and we didn't have a chance to get him on the air. He said how do I deal with it? Creditors are calling my job. And I think that's so inappropriate. There ought to be some laws against that. There are some places that won't even hire you if you have bad credit. And when you lose your job, now I have a friend who when he was working, he paid his bills. When he lost his job, he didn't have the money to pay the bills. And it took him forever to find a job, because there are a lot of places they'll do a credit check, and there should be a law against that. Hey, my ability to do this job has nothing to do with my credit. I went through some bad times, and I just need an opportunity to get myself out of the hole. So at any rate, he finally got a job, and now creditors are calling. He said, look, I'm going to pay you. I just can't pay everybody at the same time. How do you deal with that? One, you've got to get a financial counselor involved, somebody that can help you to do this, somebody that can get between you and them. And the other thing is, put it in perspective. A friend of mine, he's now in a coma. All his bills are paid. Everything's paid, current. He doesn't owe anybody anything, and he doesn't even know he's here. Put it in perspective. Don't let it stress you out. I know it's easy to say, but let me tell you something. It is not easy to do, particularly if it's a possibility of you having your home foreclosed on or them repossessing the car. You can't even hide the car now with GPS. Give me a break. I used to hide my car at my cousin's house when I was behind on my bills. I learned a long time ago the best way to get back on your feet is to miss 3 car payments. Well, guess what? They can find the car now. That's not fair. That's not fair. It's not. No. And so I'm going to pass some legislation on that. I'm going to run for office again. So at any rate, what you got to do, you can't hide the car anymore, so don't put any gas in it, all right? And park it in a place where it's going to be hard for them to pull it out, and then maybe you can park some cars close to it so they can't pull it out easily, unless they put the jack thing on the side and drag it out, and then you just go around with a can of gasoline when you get ready for it and pour the gas in there and have your friend to back up so you can drive away and use the car till they find it, all right? So you can get back and forth the worst, so you can make some money to get everything current. The thing is this, you got to handle it. Now, what if it's illness? Hey, I know about that. I get up in the morning, and my friends who know me, when they call me, and they might hear me say, hello, how are you? And they say, Les, Junebug's got you today, doesn't he? Yes, he does. You forgot to take your pain medication? No, I slept too long, and so Junebug said he's going to make me pay. So when Junebug's here, I talked to him and said, will you have mercy on me, Junebug? He said, no, you just been too sassy, Les Brown, all that motivation stuff. I have to bring the pain to you. And so this is the way I talk when I'm hurting real bad. Well, Les, have you taken your medication? Yes, but it hasn't kicked in yet. So Junebug is laughing at me in the meantime. I talk, well, where do you get that from? Well, my mother, when she had arthritis, she would say, oh, Arthur's bothering me. And I said, Mama, who's Arthur? And she said, arthritis, son. You live long enough, you'll find out. So I deal with pain every day. If I sleep too long and wake up before my pain medicine wears off. And so my voice changes because that's the way I talk until my medication kicks in. And I think I need to take something right now as we're getting ready to go for a break. We're going to talk about living your dreams in the next hour. Don't you go anywhere. You stay right there. My name is Les Brown. I'm Mrs. Mamie Brown's baby boy, and you're listening to KFWB News Talk 980.